What's up guys, welcome back to NBA Insider. Before I begin this video, I would just like to let you guys know that for some odd reason, YouTube has been acting up lately. Whenever I upload a video, some of you guys actually don't receive a notification. Some people don't even get a chance to see my video. Because of this, a lot of you are either late to my videos or miss the opportunity to watch it because it does not pop up in your sub box. This has been happening to a lot of YouTubers. But if you are a fan of this channel and actually support my content, just to be safe, I want you guys to turn on notifications for this channel and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, just so that you can see when I upload even if YouTube doesn't show you. I'll leave a link to both in the description box below. Anyhow, on September 25th of this year, I uploaded a video called 9 pairs of NBA players that hate each other. On the thumbnail of that video is an image of Kobe Bryant looking at Shaquille O'Neal with an angry face. Now, even though those two were on the cover of the video, they actually weren't included. I initially planned on including them in the video, but after further research, I felt their hate for one another, at least at the time, needed to be put in a video of its own. The conflict between both stars became so big that eventually threats were made. Unfortunately for NBA fans like us, we still wonder to this day what it would have been like if Shaq and Kobe had stayed with each other. Some even believe they would have been one of the greatest teams in league history. However, that is not the focus of today's video. Today, I take a look at how and why Shaquille O'Neal once threatened to kill Kobe Bryant. Welcome to NBA Insider. The 2003-2004 NBA season was a crazy one for the Lakers. It was the year they signed both Gary Payton and Karl Malone in an effort to help the aging superstars win an NBA title. It was also the same year Kobe Bryant was dealing with his rape trial after he was accused of raping a hotel employee in Colorado. And it was of course the year Kobe and Shaquille O'Neal realized that they simply couldn't play with each other anymore. Lakers Vice President of Public Relations John Black exposed that Shaq and Kobe's beef was way worse than we actually thought. In fact, the way he remembers it, Shaq once threatened to murder Kobe during an argument. Black said, mostly it was Shaq and Kobe that didn't like each other, but it didn't affect them on the court. They would say something about the other on or off the record, but it didn't become confrontational more than 2 or 3 times over the 8 years. When Kobe gave the statement to Jim Gray where he went off calling Shaq fat and lazy, that was one of the times. There was a really bad one early on. Brian Shaw had to pull them apart. Shaq threatened to murder Kobe. Many Lakers fans and NBA fans at that had always known that the dispute took a turn for the worse during the 2003-2004 season, but we never really knew exactly what caused it. While playing for the Phoenix Suns, Shaq decided to catch a show on his day off. During a performance at the Village Underground, Shaq took over the mic in an attempt to freestyle on the beat. It was all fun and games until Shaq said, "I'm a horse, Kobe ratted me out, that's why I'm getting divorced." The crowd went insane. Everyone was cheering. Shaq also took a shot at Kobe and the Lakers for losing the NBA championship to the Boston Celtics by saying, "Last week, Kobe couldn't do without me." Now, the full rap actually took many more shots at Kobe. Many more. But the line where he says, "Kobe ratted me out, that's why I'm getting divorced," is what many people believe is one of the major reasons the two couldn't get along. If you want to see the full rap clip, I will leave it in the description box down below. Anyhow, the rap line refers to a comment Kobe Bryant made during his 2003 rape case in which he told Colorado cops that he should have done what Shaq does. Now, I know you're wondering, what is it that Shaq does? Well, according to Kobe at the time, Shaq would pay his women not to say anything. Yeah, that's what Kobe said. This was obviously a stupid thing to say, as it will leave Shaquille O'Neal's wife, Shawnee Nelson, wondering exactly who these women Kobe was speaking of. She was so upset by this comment by Kobe that she went as far as to hire a private investigator to get all the details on her husband's moves. Eventually, the investigators would discover Shaquille O'Neal texting and having conversation with other women. Of course, his wife prepared for a divorce and the marriage would come to an end. All this because of one simple comment Kobe thought wasn't a big deal. That's what Shaq meant when he rapped, "Kobe ratted me out, that's why I'm getting divorced." However, according to Shaq, after the Lakers captured their 3rd straight NBA title in 2002, that's when their relationship first began to go bad. Shaq was on edge because he had not yet received a new deal and Kobe was on the verge of becoming a prisoner for his rape charges. This combination was not the best, as tensions would rise in the smallest of situations. Just before the 2003-2004 season, Phil Jackson would tell the two stars that they should stop fighting in public or they would get fined, especially not during games. Everyone was sick of it. Phil Jackson, Karl Malone, Gary Payton, even some of the NBA fans were upset by this beef. So apparently Kobe believed it would be a better idea to continue the beef outside the court. During an interview with Jim Gray, Kobe began going in on Shaquille O'Neal. He would take shots at him, calling him fat and out of shape. He even claimed that Shaq was dragging his toe injury for more time off and that the injury wasn't even that serious. Kobe claimed Shaq was lobbying for a contract extension. As Shaq tells a story, he says, "I'm sitting there watching this interview and I'm gonna explode. Hours earlier, we had just promised our coach we'd stop. It was a truce broken. Kobe was taking all these shots at Shaq for the rape case he was facing. He expected Shaquille O'Neal to be there for him to support him through his trial. Kobe even claimed that Shaq didn't even bother to call him. Shaq claimed he did. Kobe was hurt as he thought Shaq was his friend, but Shaq felt no ways considering every time he would invite Kobe Bryant to a party or dinner, he would never show up. Shaq even attempted to invite Kobe to his wedding, yet he still didn't show up. The sad thing is that when Kobe got married, he didn't bother inviting Shaq, so in Shaq's eyes, Kobe was just looking to use him as support for his rape trial just so that he could toss him away after he was finished. Because of all this hate Kobe had built in Shaq, following his interview with Jim Gray, Shaquille O'Neal confronted Kobe Bryant, telling him, "If you ever say anything like what you said to Jim Gray ever again, I will kill you." Kobe shrugged and said, "Whatever." From that day on, Shaq was done dealing with Kobe. Same with Jim Gray. In 2004, Shaquille O'Neal would be traded to the Miami Heat, leaving Kobe and the Lakers behind. Later that year, the sexual assault charges against Kobe Bryant were dismissed. He would then go on to forge a massive comeback with the Lakers, leading the NBA in scoring 2 seasons later and capturing the MVP award in 2008. When Shaquille O'Neal looks back at the whole situation, he looks at Kobe Bryant as being extremely immature. Kobe agrees. During a more recent interview, he said, "Here's the thing though, when you say it at the time, you actually mean it, and then when you get older, you have more perspective and you're like, holy shit, I was an idiot when I was a kid." To me, the most important thing was really just keeping your mouth shut. You don't need to go to the press with stuff. You keep it internal, and we have our arguments and our disagreements, but I think having our debates within the press was something I wish would have been avoided. Even though the dislike Shaq and Kobe had for one another was strong, they stayed together for 8 years and even won 3 championships together. It's kind of amazing that Shaq and Kobe made their dysfunctional relationship work for that long. However, their hatred for one another would come to an end when Shaquille O'Neal would greet Kobe Bryant with handshakes and hugs right before their first matchup since Shaq left Los Angeles. Shaq would even end up praising Kobe's 81-point performance against the Raptors before helping the Heat win the NBA championship himself. Kobe opened up about the beef, stating that the two have a good relationship now and that the whole thing was a good learning experience. In the end, it would eventually work out and the two would put aside their differences to restore a relationship that many Lakers fans appreciate. Despite all this, whenever the two names are mentioned in one sentence, many people still wonder, what if? And that concludes the video. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, feel free to show some love by leaving a like and subscribing. Also, if you have any thoughts and or recommendations for future videos, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Until next time, this has been another segment of NBA Insider. Thanks for watching.